So when I'm thinking about eating well for the week, I break it down in my mind in 3 different categories. Healthy eating can feel especially tricky when you're always trying to make a new recipe, or when the majority of the meals that you're eating take a lot of time or a lot of preparation. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you the way I think about and structure a week of healthy eating, so that when life gets really busy or life gets really lifey, I'm not constantly relying on takeout menus or ordering from our local pizzeria, which is absolutely delicious, by the way. But first, I want to thank our sponsor, LMNT. Now, LMNT is a delicious zero sugar electrolyte company that was specifically created to support people who enjoy a less processed, more whole food approach to healthy eating, like myself. It contains a science-based balance of sodium, magnesium, and potassium that can help you to balance the electrolyte levels in your body. Now, many people don't know this, but common signs of electrolyte imbalance include headaches, muscle cramps, and fatigue, specifically in the hot weather. Personally, I drink LMNT every single day. It just gives me a lot of energy. It helps me feel hydrated. And at the end of the day, I just feel better when I drink it. LMNT comes in a variety of different flavors, including grapefruit, raspberry, orange, watermelon, citrus, chocolate, and unflavored. Plus, it's super convenient. All you have to do is pour it into your water, stir or shake, and enjoy. And right now, LMNT is offering everybody in the Clean and Delicious community a free sample pack with any purchase. That's 8 single-serving packets free with any LMNT purchase, which is an awesome way to taste all of the different flavors. Now, you can grab yours at drinklmnt.com/Danny Spies, and this is only available with my link. So again, that's drinklmnt.com/DANISPIES. And I'm going to leave that link for you down in the description box below as well. So when I'm thinking about eating well for the week, I break it down in my mind in 3 different categories. I think vegetables, I think proteins, and then I think carbohydrates/sweet treats. Now, no matter what dietary approach you take with your eating, at the baseline of every nutritious diet is definitely an abundance of vegetables. But the problem with veggies is that they can be the most inconvenient to eat because they do require a little bit of preparation. So this is why it is key to have your veggies prepped and ready to go. Now, if you've been following me for a while, or if you have my Clean and Delicious cookbook, then you know that for years, every week without fail, my husband and I prep what we call our weekly crudité. Now, that sounds a little bit pretentious, but all it is a bunch of chopped up and prepped veggies. My go-to veggies include broccoli, cauliflower, radishes, carrots, celery, and sometimes fennel. I simply chop up my veggies, give them a good rinse under some cold water, get them nice and dry, and then I layer them in an airtight glass container that I've lined with a paper towel. That's just going to absorb any extra moisture throughout the week. Now, a couple of common questions I get whenever I talk about our weekly crudité is, number 1, do the vegetables dry out by the end of the week? And the truth is, not really. Do they lose a little bit of moisture? Yes, but we always finish them, and that little bit of moisture that they may lose does not bother us in one bit. It's truly minor. And then the second question I get is, do they lose nutrients by cutting them ahead of time and leaving them in a bin all week? And to that, I would say, technically speaking, I am sure that they do leach some nutrients throughout the week. But in my world, if I'm not prepping them, I'm not eating them. So that loss, for me, still feels like a win. Now, we use these vegetables in so many different ways throughout the week, and I'm not going to get into all the details in this video, but if you want some ideas and inspiration, make sure you watch my video called My 10 Fridge Staples, because I share tons of ideas in that video. Or make sure you grab a copy of the Clean and Delicious cookbook, because I also share ideas there as well. Okay, so the crudité is the baseline, and then along with that, I always buy 2 bins of pre-washed leafy greens. This changes a little bit, but usually it's baby spinach spinach and wild arugula. These are my favorites. I might use the spinach to throw into a smoothie, to throw into a scramble, to make a salad, and arugula is just one of my all-time favorites. I will pile it on top of a sandwich, again, build a simple salad, or even serve it along some eggs in the morning to get some micronutrients and some prebiotic fibers to kick off the day. More importantly, it's delicious. And then last but not least, I will choose a few other really quick prep veggies. So in this case, I've got Persian cucumbers and some bell peppers. I love both of these because they really require no time or preparation like the way broccoli or cauliflower does. You just give them a quick rinse and you can chop them up and they're ready to go. Plus they're super refreshing during the hotter months like we are in right now. Now in the winter, I might do some cooked veggies like a big pan of roasted vegetables, but in the summer, not so much. Okay, so this is my veggie baseline for the week. And then when I'm at the grocery store, I might pick up a couple other things that are either in season or that catch my eye or that are going to be a part of a recipe I do plan to make that week. But at the baseline, this is where 80% of my veggies are coming from each and every week. And that's what I want you thinking about. What is your baseline that you can kind of do on repeat, eat, and enjoy? So after my veggies, the next thing I think about is protein. Protein is a very important macronutrient, as we all know. It plays a big part in feeling satisfied and satiated after you're done eating. It also is responsible for supporting muscle synthesis in the body, which helps to keep us feeling strong and flexible as we grow wiser and more fabulous. Now, personally, I aim for a baseline of 30 grams of protein at each meal. So it's very important that I have a combination of cooked proteins and then easy proteins that I can lean on throughout the week, because getting your protein in is not as tricky as you think if you've got a little bit of a game plan. So the first thing that I'll do is think about 2 to 3 cooked protein options that I could prepare on the weekend or even easily like on a week morning or on a weeknight, right? Very simple recipes. So things like my shredded barbecue chicken that I make right in my slow cooker, my spicy jalapeno and onion beef tips that I also make in my slow cooker. I might do a big batch of meatballs or a double batch. That takes a little bit more work, which is why I do recommend a double batch if you're gonna take the time to make meatballs, but that's a great option to make ahead as well. If I need more than that, so say I do that on the weekend and we get to like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, then I'll get it even simpler. And I might just take a couple of pounds of ground turkey or ground beef or ground bison and I'll cook it taco style in a skillet. I'll mix in some cauliflower rice for volume and fiber, and then we will use that to build off of all throughout the week. But the key concept here is that you want to pick 2 to 3 protein options that do not have to be full-blown recipes that you enjoy and can turn to all week long. Now, outside of those cooked options, I also like to keep a handful of super convenient protein options that you can keep in your fridge or in your pantry that last for some time, that you can always lean on when you don't have a plan or maybe you didn't have an opportunity to prepare your protein options for the week yet, right? So for me, this looks like eggs and egg whites. I always have these in the fridge, and I'll often make hard-boiled eggs as well, so I have a true grab-and-go protein option ready to go. I also keep cottage cheese and Greek yogurt on hand at all times. And if you check out my pantry, I always have canned and jarred fish. I love tuna, I love salmon, I love mackerel, sardines, I love them all. And if you're looking for a plant-based option, my store was actually out of it this week, but steamed lentils are a fantastic option and you can usually find them in most grocery stores. Having easy, delicious, good quality protein sources on hand, ready to go is truly the key if you want to make your healthy eating efforts feel sustainable and enjoyable and fairly effortless, okay? Now, if you want to see how I use a lot of these very convenient staples on a week-to-week basis, make sure you watch my video titled 5 Convenient Protein Sources and How to Use Them to Build Easy Meals and Snacks. I share a ton of recipe ideas in that video, so be sure to check it out if you need the inspiration. So we've got veggies prepped and ready to go. I've got hearty chopped veggies with leafy greens and then some more light, refreshing vegetables. For protein, we've got some cooked proteins, and then we've got some really easy, convenient proteins that are more grab and go. And now we're gonna chat about carbohydrates and sweet treats. Now, here's the deal. For most of us, certainly for myself, carbohydrates are the easiest food to work into my diet. Let us not forget that vegetables and fruits are all carbohydrates. So we've already got our veggie prep ready to go. On top of that, I love to have a variety of fresh berries in the house. I also love to buy frozen fruit. We usually keep some apples, oranges, bananas on hand, or whatever type of seasonal fruit might catch my eye. I also just about always have some type of frozen rice in the freezer. It's just so easy and so convenient. And while I do love to use my rice cooker at times, the frozen rice is just a fantastic backup. I also keep some good quality bread on hand. I personally am a huge fan of sprouted bread. Ezekiel has been my go-to bread for years, and I'm also a big lover of any type of like nut and fruit bread, right? So like a pecan raisin bread or a cranberry walnut bread. This is one of my favorites that I get from Whole Foods. It's just so delicious and so satisfying. Actually, I just have to share this with you because it's so good. One of my go-to lunches that I've been enjoying lately is that I'll toast up a piece of cranberry pecan bread, and then I will spread on one of these little Laughing Cow cheese wedges. I just love the texture of them. I top that with some avocado, then a handful of arugula, and a little sliced turkey over the top. It is literally a 2-minute meal. It's absolutely delicious, and it's got a great balance of carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats. Now, as for carbohydrates and satiety, personally, I just find like potatoes are one of the most satisfying forms of a carbohydrate. Do tell me if you agree. So a lot of times I'll do some roasted potatoes or roasted sweet potatoes and leave those in the fridge. Lately, my husband's been doing baby potatoes in the air fryer, and he just cooks them whole. So good. So we'll whip those up and have those in the fridge. And when we have these different components, it becomes very easy to grab and build easy meals when we don't have a lot of time. But mostly I find when it comes to carbohydrates, there's not a lot of preparation needed because you come across them so easily. And let us not forget that little snacks like popcorn and crackers, these are all carbohydrates as well. And who doesn't love a little nosh sometimes? Now, with all of that being said, one thing I do like to plan for is some type of sweet treat, a clean and delicious option to have on hand for the week. And in my brain, this falls under the organizational category of a carbohydrate. So whether I'm making some avocado brownies or my go-to chocolate chip cookies or my banana bread or some type of energy ball, I always try to prep something on the weekend that I can either leave in the fridge or the freezer for when the week gets going and I want something sweet or something yummy. Because if there's anything I have learned in my pursuit of eating well is that you cannot try to eat perfectly all of the time, and you can't try to overpower your cravings. It just doesn't work, right? We have to include the fun, yummy foods that we really enjoy if you want your healthy eating to feel sustainable. The key is learning to work with yourself and not against yourself. So there you have it. This is my baseline approach to healthy eating for a week without having to over rely on a lot of recipes or on meals that require a lot of time or preparation. Having a simple framework like this can truly make or break your healthy eating efforts. So I hope you were able to get some helpful tips throughout this video. And if you have any little tips or tricks that have really been helping you stick with your healthy eating efforts, come on down to the comment section below and do share. This way we can all continue to learn and grow together. Thanks again to our friends at LMNT for sponsoring this video. If you want to grab your free sample pack with any purchase, make sure that you visit drinklmnt.com/DannySpees. And again, I've got that link for you down in the description box below. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you back here in the next video with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers! Think of me as like a protein, veggie, and dessert kind of girl. I just threw that in there. All right, ready?